into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah, baby! We can play this all show.
I just want to sit back and listen to it. Can
Watching
we do
that
for now?
Watch the Heath Slater highlight reel. Listen to this and jams. Yeah, baby. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Raw After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. We got a full squad for you. Survivor Series last night, Raw tonight, and a lot of opinions out there in the world,
as there always is.
Yeah. Before I introduce everyone, I need to say one thing because who's this? Hussein Nahil tweeted at me and said, "I've asked for 3 weeks in a row for a shout out." Well, here it is. Shout out. Now shut up.
Hussein!
All right. let's get rolling here. I'm sorry. I didn't see you ask me 3 weeks in a row.
Thanks for watching.
How dare you?
We can't give shout outs to everybody.
Hussein, you're my boy. I'm going to give you a shout out every week.
You're my boy, Hussein.
How about that? Every single week.
The Undertaker.
Hussein's getting a shout out, y'all.
I'm kidding, Hussein. Shout out to you.
I'm writing it down right now. He's not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Hi, Jason. I'm back.
Yay! Yes. Ratings are back. Ratings are skyrocketing right now. Cathy Kelley's back from New York. Okay, so here we go. I'm at Jay Quasto. She is at Catherine Kelley.
Catherine Kelley.
I still to this day, I never get. How was New York?
It was incredible.
You and Sam Roberts.
The Sam Roberts show the entire week, and I never wanted to leave. And then I did NXT special for Bleacher Report, so you can find that on their website, or I retweeted it like 1,000,000 times, so go check that out too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, welcome back. She's Cathy Kelley, y'all. That dude right there, see him every single week on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He is the first progenitor of hyper-optimism.
Thank you.
Find him on Twitter at Ty Matthews PMA. He's Ty Matthews.
What it do? See,
Yeah,
I was pretty happy. I think I was happier with the pay-per-view last night than a lot of people were.
I wasn't nearly as angry, but then again, I'm never as angry as everyone else.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know.
I feel like you're a lot more forgiving.
I'm a chill kind of cat.
You're a fun dad.
I'm a fun dad. Fun dads can't get angry. Fun dads get even. That makes no sense.
The fun dad of the IWC.
Yes.
There it is.
I'm like, come
That's
on,
your
let's all
official
just
title.
enjoy the wrestles, buddy.
And then just misspelling random words.
You even almost have Chris Jericho's hair. That's how much of a fun
Yeah,
guy you are.
Really.
I'm getting there.
We just got to get you that light up jacket.
Look, I will take
Scarf.
I'll take
You
the
know?
style. Give me an infinity scarf. I learned what that is thanks to The Miz.
Yeah.
Had no idea what that was.
You know, we can't all be fashion plates.
No, I'm certainly not a fashion plate. I
More of
barely.
a fashion bowl.
I'll take that fashion bowl. I don't even know what that means.
Me neither.
That guy right there, he's a first timer on the show, but he's a longtime friend. You can find him on Twitter at Sundown Motel. He is a wrestling editor for CagesideSeats.com, as well as SB Nation, so I guarantee you've read many of his musings, many of his opinions, many of his lovely stories. He is Bill Hanstock.
Yeah, I'm probably the second progenitor of hyper.
He's the second one. Yeah.
Because I generally find things to like and find things to complain about. So
Exactly.
have fun yelling at me on the internet.
We're all just happy. We love the programs, as it
We're
were.
fans of the product.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
that
We have to
there's
be
so
positive.
many.
Don't you know that the way to enjoy wrestling is to never be happy ever?
tear it apart. I mean, like, there's so many other shows that are out there that just tear apart everything that WWE or any wrestling show does, or they compare it to what they could be doing, whatever. But this is a show where it's just we like the product, and
I
like
think
we want to
Johnny's
give
going to complain about
positive-
some stuff,
yeah.
though.
No, I'm about to say how much I love chat roll. Ron Corleone, who cracks me up every week, he
love
goes,
that guy.
"There's nothing lower than getting told shut up by Quasto." Hold on a minute, player. That's right.
Hussein's coming for you, J-Lo.
Someone's given us our phone number. Okay, that's great.
Sweet.
He says,
just
call
put that
me.
up on the screen.
Yeah.
Well, he just put it on chat roll.
Can we
Put a
broadcast it
lower
on
third on that.
YouTube?
Everybody-
Chiron?
Everybody in chat roll, call that guy.
Call this guy.
Blow him up.
Blow
right
him up
now.
for a good time.
Do your
Text
own after
messaging
show.
rates may apply.
That's true. Always putting it up again.
1-900-909-9900.
Yeah.
That dude's about to get a lot of dick pics.
Yeah.
Dick pic. Second week in a row. Dick pic reference. Yes.
PG-13, y'all.
If the gobbledygooker himself is watching, if Carlo Cannon's watching right now.
Don't tell me you're the gobbledygooker.
He'll be so
I probably
happy.
should have asked ahead of time if I can say dick pics on here.
Whatever you want to say.
I mean,
No?
It's a PG. It's PG era.
At this point, it's a little too late.
Hey,
How many
Andrea,
more
happy
times can they
birthday.
say dick pics?
We're probably on a 7-second delay, right?
Hey,
Welcome to the
Let's all wish Andrea a happy birthday. Let's wave.
Andrea.
Happy birthday, girl. Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday.
Reach out
Are you doing
and
the
touch
Ty
your hand
Dillinger?
on my hand on the screen.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the Ty Dillinger.
Reach out, Daddy.
Okay, he's not the first human being to do this, Kathy. I'm not saying it's a Ty
That's how
Dillinger
deaf
thing.
people clap, Johnny.
Yeah, well, there you go.
It is.
I'm
No,
clapping for the
they
hearing
do this.
impaired.
They do this, actually.
I'm just, waving. It's how little kids wave. You see a
Oh,
little kid
Dad.
wave like
This
this?
is up to a weird start, y'all.
As it always is.
So Raw tonight.
I guess, let's talk about Raw. Survivor
Yeah.
Series was last night and everything.
Survivor Series was last night.
It didn't end
Do we
the
want to
way-
do a brief recap
Well, they
previously
have
on?
They have a Survivor Series after show.
Well, maybe people didn't watch that are watching this
Probably.
right now.
That's impossible.
Well, Sheamus is the champion, so there's that.
There we go. Recap done.
Nope.
Done. Yep.
Moving on.
Dead air.
Fella, so the Authority hits the ring, and they talk about opportunities. Some people let opportunities pass them by, like Roman Reigns. And Triple H says he was the first person to congratulate him last night, and he got a spear for his efforts. A spear, I tell you. And that's why he's no longer WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
We've all seen the new shirt that's out now, right? This is I got speared by Roman.
I saw that.
No.
Yeah, they put out WWE put out a line of
It is.
finisher shirts.
It is something.
I got speared by Roman. I got rack attacked by Nikki.
There's a lot of
Paul
them.
Heyman cut a promo on me, which I
Bray-
think is actually the worst one.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt introduced me to Sister Abigail. There's a ton of them. A lot of different finisher shirts. It's weird.
Yeah.
But like I got speared by Roman. Like
That's awesome. The only thing is the only reason I'm not going to buy it is because it would make me too depressed to put on every time and realize I didn't actually get speared.
actually.
Wah, wah.
And also
I want the handsome
phrasing.
prince to just launch himself into me. you
The
know?
handsome prince, exactly.
Yeah, so he calls Sheamus out to the ring, the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and he said, the Roman Empire only lasted 5 minutes and 15 seconds, and I kicked him off the mountain. Fella, I have one question for you. Who looks stupid now? Well,
Still Sheamus.
yeah.
But now he's shiny and stupid.
But he's got a lot of gold.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this, though. Because a lot of people are really, really angry. But here's the thing. He had the briefcase.
Yeah.
He had to cash in at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people are mad that he didn't cash in and just lose. But it's like, I'd rather it happen
I don't know
now.
if we're ever gonna see that again.
I think I saw an interview as well where Sheamus actually didn't know whether he was going to be one of the people that lost.
Well, apparently they
cash in.
didn't. WWE didn't
No,
make
until
that
like the day
decision until a few hours before the show. Which is
crazy.
But I think storyline wise, kayfabe wise, like if he's going to cash it in, that's the smartest possible time.
Exactly.
Dude just had 2 matches. He's been through this hellacious gauntlet in the tournament.
Right.
Cash in.
I mean,
Yeah.
JBL mentioned it on commentary tonight. What is he gonna do? Like cash it in at noon?
Yeah.
He's got the whole day to prepare.
Right.
Like,
Got to be opportunistic.
I mean, I think we've seen the only time that someone's actually lost their title opportunity. I don't think we're gonna see that again.
I think we will. It just won't be soon.
I don't think it will be anytime soon because you got to think that time is time invested in someone as a potential future champion.
Yeah.
And I think having them lose that shot is just kind of throwing all that time out the
Unless
window.
you do the thing that John Cena did, where he announces like, if I win it, I'm going to cash it in the next night, and
Right.
then
Yeah.
loses it.
And then
That was a great match,
Then
too.
there's not much time lost. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's one of the. I'd rather have it happen now than at WrestleMania, per se. You know what I mean?
Sure,
So if he's
for
going to
sure.
cash in, and plus, who knows what the original plan was? Obviously, Rollins being injured, everything got thrown completely
Yeah.
out of whack.
Right.
And they also have a huge opportunity because this is the season when they have multiple pay-per-views in a month. Like
Right.
the next pay-per-view TLC is 3 weeks away,
Yeah.
so you don't know. Like they have their rematch then.
Right.
So-
And I'm on board for a Roman Sheamus feud. I think
Yeah,
that
it's
the
gonna be
matches
great.
the matches that they've had together are so hard hitting that
And that's one of the few. It's also one of the few big name matches or feuds that Sheamus hasn't really run into the ground so far.
Right.
He's fought ADR for years and years. He's fought Orton for years. He's gonna fight. He's fighting Orton right now as we stand. Orton's injured.
If you don't see them,
You know,
that's what they're doing.
He's tapping him on the
Cena
shoulder.
a million
He's like, "Hey, fella."
times. He's run up against everybody on top, but
Sure.
Roman and Sheamus is a relatively fresh matchup as far as that goes.
Yeah,
And
especially in the context of a TLC match.
And both of those guys are awesome at like having like really hard hitting main event matches.
Right.
Like they're gonna beat the hell out of each other, and I'm up for that.
Yeah. I feel like Roman Reigns has magical powers too, which we haven't discussed yet. Because
Other than his hair and his
that's
his
where
eyes
the power
change
comes from.
colors every single night. Like last
Yeah.
night, I'm pretty sure he was wearing his contacts.
Was he? Do you think?
Yeah,
He's
there
a
was
superhero.
the promo with JoJo in back.
Oh,
he was
right.
definitely wearing them.
I see.
He's a superhero.
Oh
see?
yeah.
That's his power.
Yeah, he changed his eye color. It's not a bad superpower to have.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's I understand people are upset, but okay, Roman didn't turn, Ambrose didn't turn, so Sheamus cashed in and he's the new champion. Maybe we saw glimpses of what it could become as far as a faction at the end of Raw. So I understand people are pissed off, but it's like for everyone that's super angry, what do you want to happen?
Isn't that also what's supposed to happen? Is when a heel is the champion, you're mad and you don't like it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I think the argument is a lot of people are just apathetic to Sheamus.
And yeah, definitely. But it's like I said, I think it's means to an end. I think the matches that we get out of this will be worth it ultimately.
I'd rather watch Sheamus holding the belt and being a jerk and trying to get on the good graces of the Authority and actually doing something than Sheamus, who's basically like another King Barrett, not doing anything, just
Right.
holding a briefcase and lurking.
And I kind of like the glimpses we saw of Sheamus tonight. He was almost becoming, I don't want to say not nearly as pompous as New Day, but he was getting to that level to where he was almost like nauseating.
Right.
That's if he's going to be a heel, go that route, I think, because you'll get more of a reaction.
I know we've talked about this before, but do you guys think that Sheamus is also going to have the same reaction where when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes out, it'll be similar to WWE Universe's reaction to Batista, where they hated him, they just booed him the entire time, and then after the movie came out, he was celebrated.
I don't think it's going to make it.
Yeah.
I don't think him being Rocksteady is going to be quite the same as Drax.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Not quite the same.
No.
Right.
By the way, if anyone has not seen the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that Michael Bay executive produced, it is garbage.
Yeah.
When is
so
that coming
bad.
out, by the way?
The first one or
The
the,
next
the
one.
new one?
The one with
A Summer?
Summer, yeah.
Okay, well then.
So what's the way off? He'll be gone. He'll be
But,
done.
It has Summer wannabe blockbuster written all over it.
But yeah, and I think this is also the way to get the contingent of the WWE universe that isn't yet behind Roman behind him.
Yeah.
Because now he's tasted that gold, even if just briefly, and now he can chase it, you know?
Absolutely.
Nobody gets behind a babyface like they get behind a babyface chasing a championship.
Yeah, it always pays off to have the heel as champion. And Sheamus is good in the ring.
Right.
I mean, he puts on great matches. What if, maybe there's a reason to bring Lesnar back? Can you imagine Lesnar and Sheamus?
Oh,
I
man.
also thought that if Sheamus cashed in and Roman did beat him, that would get the entire WWE universe behind Roman because they took out this guy that no one really cared to see.
That very well may have happened. That's another route they could have gone. But then that's another guy that Sheamus, what do you do with him at that point? It's like they have a lot invested in him, so I guess they're going to...
So many people are injured right now. Like, who's not
I
injured?
know, now with Cesaro too.
That is
it's
so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Positive well wishes to Cesaro, man. Positive thoughts.
And you got to think, he's been fighting through this injury for months now. That means that the kind of matches he's been having, like the one he had against Roman last week, he was doing hurt. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's a Superman. He is a Swiss Superman. I mean,
Right?
but yeah, it's a tough injury. Rotator cuff tear. They didn't say how bad it was. There's 4 rotator cuff muscles
Yeah.
in the shoulder. They didn't say which one it is.
Sure.
He had surgery today, and they said 4 to 6 months.
Little anatomy humble brag over there, Johnny.
I do it every week.
Yeah.
There's so many
Great.
injuries. I have to. People want to know.
PT drinking
And the
game,
arm
y'all.
bone's connected to the rib bone.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Is the arm bone connected to the rib bone?
I
Johnny?
mean, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just dancing. Usually, Cathy speaks, I just dance.
Cool.
It's kind of the thing we have.
That works.
It's our
This
dynamic.
Roman Reigns Sheamus thing is just like Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton.
I
Yeah,
know a
right,
lot of people
right.
are making that comparison.
Reddit did a
And
side by
the side-by-side
video,
comparison is
too.
crazy to watch, yeah.
Well, we were at when Daniel Bryan won, and the streamers and balloons and
Yeah.
everything. It
I still have
felt
some of
very
the
similar.
confetti in my wallet right now.
It was missing the pedigree, but otherwise, that's the thing, and a lot of people are saying that. Like, what are you going to do? Just book the same exact thing again, and yeah.
Answer, is this
What
WWE?
works?
Yes.
Yes.
This certainly wouldn't be the first time they've done that.
But
I mean,
can
every
you expect the same outcome if it's having different builds? Because Roman Reigns doesn't have the same push or the same, I guess, level of
Fan support.
that Daniel Bryan had going into it.
And Ty, you're invited to Jason Barger's house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, and he put his
Thank
number
you.
up, so
And his number.
you can
Why,
just text
thank
him.
you, Jason.
So
Hey.
you can bring the dick pic right to his
Gracious.
house.
Live.
On Thanksgiving,
Actually, there's a different term for that. It's called assault.
we're gonna have a Thanksgiving assault. So anyway,
Jason is a magnanimous host, and
there
I
you
thank
go.
you.
Roman Reigns wants a rematch. Steph says, back it up, get the hell out of my ring. And Reigns says, what's up, H? Are you standing behind her because you're scared of me? Then I don't know why I gave him a southern accent. We're in
That
Nashville.
works.
Whatever.
You know.
I see Triple
That's
H.
fine.
Hey, you varmint. Now I'll say, are you afraid of me?
He took off his glove. He should take off his glove and slap him with it.
Oh, man.
Like a little duel.
Full
Yep.
Southern land baron.
Yep, exactly.
I do declare,
Stephanie sipping on a mint
I
julep.
challenge you to a...
The fan.
Yes.
Oh my God, all these mans in the ring. So Triple H rubs it in his face and says, you'll get a rematch when I say you get your rematch. And by the way, it's in 3 weeks. At TLC, it's going to be a TLC match. And tonight you're going to face Rusev. And Sheamus will be in your corner. So, and this
Also, Rusev's back.
Yeah, Rusev
Remember
jumped
that,
out.
guys?
Rusev popped out of the shadows and kicked him right in the mush.
Remember how nobody ever acknowledged that he was even gone at all?
Yeah. That's a
That
weird.
was a little bit weird.
I thought he was injured or something.
He was
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
real injured.
out for maybe what, 2 months, something
2 or
like
3
that.
months. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, it was just. I guess the whole girl situation thing was so weird.
It was.
I guess just taking.
I don't blame
away
him for sweeping that under the carpet, but
Yeah. Well, judging by the match they had tonight, he's okay.
absolutely,
He's not hurt.
yeah.
First match of the night, Wyatt family taking on them damn Dudleys, and quite simply, Wyatt's go over clean, followed by his sister Abigail to Devon.
If they did, I mean, like, first of all, clean-ish, because there was still a distraction. But,
Yeah.
like, if they didn't win this, if they didn't go from a blood feud with The Undertaker and Kane, if they went from that to losing to the Dudley Boys, like, could we just kill them
They
now?
would just be so completely buried.
Yeah. Like, I'm so sick of them, always losing these big-name feuds.
Yeah.
Like, I want to believe so badly in their power, especially after that promo where Bray Wyatt stole their thunder and fire powers.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, oh, no, that was actually not them.
And we have a question, first time watcher actually. First time listening from Scotland, he says, or watching.
Well, welcome.
And same question we've been asking for months. When do you think the Wyatts will not just keep losing is basically what he's saying.
Well, heels
I thought that
lose.
last week, but
Heels do lose, but to a certain...
But it also depends on the type of character. I mean, when The Undertaker debuted, he was a heel, but that was a character that really couldn't lose for a long, long time.
I just think that the Wyatt family has had a rough go because they're a heel stable that looks like they should be intimidating, and by all means they should be really intimidating. So what they do is they run them up against the biggest, strongest things that they have: John Cena, Undertaker, Brothers of Destruction.
Right.
So that's a bummer that it's like, oh, this is our formidable heel group, so let's feed them to the only things that are more powerful.
Right, exactly. They want to have it both ways. They want to make them comparable to these big stars, but then they realize, like, wait, we don't want to make it look like they can beat these big stars.
Yeah.
So they're just going to be scary for a few weeks and then lose at the pay-per-view.
so you're not building the younger talent who's going to be taking over the company in a few
I know.
years?
Well,
I don't know if you've heard that it's the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker.
I don't know if you got that
But
from
the-
any of the promos.
But
gets
the
stronger each
Dudleys,
year.
the Dudleys
Yeah.
did their job tonight, and I it's a shame because I really enjoyed their feud with New Day, but apparently that's long gone. But Dudleys they're doing what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Which
I think they're going to keep them around until TLC and then
The Dudleys?
they'll move on. Yeah.
No, they'll be here. The Dudleys will be here.
Do you think that they're here more permanently than that?
They signed a
Oh, yeah.
multi-year contract.
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
So they're.
I mean, sorry, spoiler.
No, Devon's running.
Spoilers,
You know,
guys.
Devon's running the wrestling school, but they're going to use them when they see fit. And that's the thing about the Dudleys. You can insert them in almost any storyline, and people are going to want to watch.
And I like that Uranagi that Bubba's using.
And Bubba said that he'd be willing to bring back the Bully Ray character if they asked him.
Yeah.
Unprompted, he said that.
It would be apropos of nothing.
Right.
But it would be an interesting take.
Yeah.
I think we've seen the Dudley boys kind of do as much as they can.
I just think it'd be a shame if they don't end up being part of that 3-way or 4-way tag team thing. I think it'd be a shame if they don't have a match at TLC.
Sure. A 4-way tables match, maybe?
That would be interesting. Why?
Tables.
This guy this guy will not stop giving us his phone number. I almost want to call now.
It's got to be someone
No.
else giving out someone else's phone number. It's
don't
got to
know.
be trolling.
It's probably a Papa John's.
James, could we get away with calling this number?
We can't. We don't have time.
All right.
Like
Can we-
literally, we have an hour.
Curiosity's killing the cat. You know, it's
I know.
I could
someone-
call him on my cell phone.
Well, if you want to do that at your own risk. I'm just saying.
don't have
Yeah,
That's
that's a
fine.
good idea. Let's not do that.
All right, Sasha Banks versus Becky. Wow. Good stuff here. And
Yeah.
I like the way this ended because Becky looked fantastic. She had her locked in the armbar. Then the rest of Team Bad basically got the distraction, pulled Sasha over, and then roll up with the tights for the win. Becky still looked fantastic.
I would agree with you if I hadn't become so deathly allergic to distraction roll-ups.
Well, no shit.
I
mean,
Over that.
it's nonstop.
so much. I feel like you can beat other people without them being buried. Like in sports, like if one team beats another team once,
Yeah.
you don't automatically go like, oh, that team that lost is terrible. Like they suck now. I feel like people can still win clean.
Yeah.
And I'm so sick
Well,
of
heels
distraction
do
roll-ups.
cheat, but you're right.
Of course.
If
of course
anyone
they
can
do.
win clean, it's Sasha.
It's distractions like someone's music playing or someone hopping up on the apron. That's like the deadliest finisher that you could have in WWE is someone to jump on an apron.
Yeah.
And
It's funny because the distraction finish thing in the past year, 2 years, has gotten like a lot of backlash from the IWC. But it's actually a really old school booking thing.
Sure.
Because
it
like
is.
if you go back and look at like, you know, the weekly syndicated wrestling shows from the 70s and 80s, like TV was all about distraction finishes.
Well,
roll-up
and that's the
finishes.
thing. I mean, tropes and cliches are tropes and cliches for a
'Cause they
reason.
work.
Of course, they worked at one point, but it gets to a point of diminishing returns.
At the same time, I mean, I'm just glad that Becky was given a chance to actually have a decent match because
Right.
we haven't
Yeah.
seen her doing much.
Right,
And yeah,
right.
the roll was annoying and the tights and the distraction, but I mean, 3-on-1, what are you gonna do?
It was still a good match.
Both
was great.
Divas matches tonight were awesome.
They were great matches. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Which we'll get to very, very soon. Paige interrupts after the match and says, I'm still in line for the next for the Divas Championship. She calls Charlotte a cheater and says, I'll show you the footage. And actually, Charlotte's arm was under the rope, and so she wants to get her title back, which is going to happen a little bit later on this evening.
Do you think that they did that intentionally
Yes.
or
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because when I wrote my recap for SB Nation, SBNation.com/wrestling, when I wrote my recap, I said like this feud is either over or they're going to use the fact that Charlotte was under the ropes to keep the feud going.
I wasn't sure if it was just something that happened in the moment and they had to call it out.
If you watch it back again, like it was pretty deliberate. Like she arches up
Inching
and then like
towards the
inches.
yeah.
Just gotta put some extra torque on this.
Exactly.
And they had the camera angle on it too, so.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll move on from there. New Day. I don't even know what to say.
The best segment.
Just- they had a country music jamboree, open door challenge. It's the 1-year anniversary of the New Day.
Yeah.
Which
I legit, when I was watching Raw and the graphic for the country music jamboree came up, I like legitimately audibly gasped
Yeah.
at how excited I was for that.
And Kofi has an organic unicorn horn.
Oh, of
now.
course, yeah.
that was really good.
Yeah.
Just
It's pretty incredible. I don't know if it tops Xavier's
Hair from last
pompadour
night?
from last night.
Oh
It's
my
neck and
gosh.
neck.
Pretty
Both
phenomenal.
really good.
that was some James Brown stuff.
That
right
was
there.
really, yeah.
It was Gaston from.
I was
Beauty and
gonna
the
say,
Beast.
yeah.
Right. It
Guest
was,
on.
Beast, yeah.
it was a lot of great things.
Yeah.
I just think like Big E dancing with a tiny little cowboy hat, a bandana, and a unicorn like hobby horse is probably gonna be like my back tattoo. Like just get a shot of it.
I don't know if anything's gonna beat Barrett dancing with New Day
So
from last
good.
night.
So good.
True.
That was one of my favorite moments of the pay-per-view.
Just New Day is so good at everything, but they're especially good at like being obnoxious to the people who are in the building and being like just captivating and wonderful.
What did you think
us.
of when he said, was it Kofi who said, "This isn't my character talking,
This is me. Country music sucks." Yeah.
Because if you look at all the people behind them, they're like so bummed out about what's happening with the New Day.
It's great how just obnoxious and they're just being a-holes.
Sure.
Man.
That's great.
And
So good.
And then Xavier got punched in the ear. He was being such a jerk.
well,
Right
they
there.
all took turns singing country songs about dogs and girls and
Pickup trucks.
tractors
Yep.
and more. And don't let
Too many songs about tractors. Enough.
But of course, their smash single. Don't let your girls grow up and become booty.
That's paraphrasing.
Something to that extent.
Yeah, you know.
More or less.
But yeah, then they all get destroyed. Lucha Dragons come out, they hit the ring, then the Usos, and basically everyone wants a tag title shot. New Day's like, no, we're not ready, and you guys have ruined the jamboree, therefore no one gets a title shot.
It's
I
canceled.
like when we were watching and Lucha Dragon, Sin Cara, for whatever reason, says, we're going to make this a triple threat. And you were like, oh, so they're the bookers now.
Yeah.
But to be fair, this is pro wrestling.
Right.
And that certainly,
was an open challenge.
wouldn't be without precedent for someone to say, you know what, let's do this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to keep in my mind when I watch wrestling, because, you know, like when they have main events, they sign contracts to have the main event. But ostensibly, if they're doing this, every match has to have a contract.
signing,
So
yeah.
I just love the idea that like, they have to get to the building
Heath
early,
Slater
they
and
all have to
Ryback.
sign the
Heath
contract.
Slater and Ryback had to
Well,
sign a
that
contract.
wasn't a match.
Oh, okay.
So that was within the jurisprudence of what Ryback
yes.
is able to do to Heath
Exactly.
Slater.
I believe the first time jurisprudence has ever been used on this show.
Could be.
I've never used it, so... Have you ever
So
used
the Lucha Dragon,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is Lucha Dragon should know
Weekly, but you
they
just
never
don't listen
signed
to
a
me.
contract.
They never signed that
Yeah.
contract.
They can't just come out. All right.
And you got to think, even if they're doing contract signings just in a room with nobody around, somebody still goes through that table.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have to get notarized. and
Exactly,
that's
there's a
part of
witness
it.
there.
Yeah.
If a table breaks in a room
Yeah.
and no cameraman is around to film it, did it actually
Exactly.
really happen?
Do fans still chant, "This is awesome"?
Yeah, somewhere they do. Yeah.
Oh, this whole thing was just wacky. It was just... It basically ended just in a big old kerfuffle.
It kind of, that was kind of my only complaint, is that it kind of didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah. Why does everyone want you to slap me again?
They always do. We were at a Lucha Underground taping and
Some dude.
yeah,
Someone
came
asked
over
you
and
to
asked.
slap?
Yeah, they asked why I don't slap Johnny anymore.
Oh, I think that's the same guy. Yeah, he's the guy that met us at Lucha Underground. He goes, "Hey, you gonna slap Johnny?" And I'm like, "No."
No, because once again, that would be assault.
I just
And
gotta say,
also,
that's
I'm-
a super specific fetish.
That's absolutely.
And also, we're not in character, Lucha Underground. You ain't gonna slap me.
Yeah, you're off the clock.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean,
We
I
have
wouldn't
clocks?
mind.
Well, I'm not saying you wouldn't mind, but I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm kidding.
or sit for it.
I'd let you or sit for it. Here we go. Renee Young with Charlotte backstage. Charlotte's not a cheater, and Paige can politic all she wants, but bottom line is she'll be facing her tonight in the rematch. And there we go. Overall,
And that's it.
That's it. That's all that was. Survivor Series match that was weird between those two.
It was, see, that's the thing. It was a really, I really enjoyed that match. That crowd could not have possibly cared less.
You know what it was? I don't think the match told the story it was supposed to, but maybe they were told not to do the whole personal thing because they
And
got
I think-
a lot of flack for
I
that.
think that's the thing also that I've kind of been bothered by is even if you want to sweep all that under the rug and pretend that Paige never said that, I feel like the emotion can still be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Charlotte was in the ring strutting and smiling and laughing tonight. She shouldn't be spending a second not wanting to murder Paige.
I also feel like with that storyline that's going on now, if Charlotte keeps beating Paige, the IWC is already enraged that Paige has been losing match after match after match. So you're going to eventually have the fans turn against Charlotte if she
It's
keeps
already
winning.
happening, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But that's not a good thing if that's.
And I don't know how much they were on her side to begin with, even in NXT.
I've
They
always
just-
been a fan of Charlotte.
Yeah,
She's one of my favorites,
I'm sure
if
you
not
have.
my favorite.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
But I mean the IWC.
It just seems like it kind of seems like WWE was like determined to be like Charlotte's going to be the first one that we make
Because
the
it
face.
worked at NXT, and I think that they are taking the women's division of NXT up to the main roster in that Charlotte won. Well, first it was Paige, She won the very first women's championship, and then Charlotte, and then Sasha. So I think that that's what they're trying to write on the main roster, but it's not necessarily working out the same way.
If we've learned anything from history, it's that if it worked in NXT, it's not going to necessarily work on the main roster.
Yeah.
But I think it also, like, I think they understand, and I think that it's pretty clear that, like, Sasha's definitely going to benefit from the slow build and the slow burn.
Oh, everyone already wants her to be the champ, so
She's
I think when it happens,
build.
that's going to be that much more powerful.
Right. And Charlotte is a victim of the female Roman Reigns push.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I think Sasha waiting in the wings is perfect. People, the problem that's
and Becky too. Like
yes,
right.
Like Becky has like the least like defined character. She has the least like. You're the least able to like encapsulate what Becky is.
She was the least popular when they were all brought up. No one really expected her to, if they weren't going to bring up Bayley, to bring up Becky as well.
But she'll get like, they'll
she
all
will,
get their turn.
Right.
She's incredibly talented.
I also think that's part and parcel to what you're saying. The fact that she doesn't really have a kind of perfectly definable gimmick other than she likes steampunk and is from Ireland.
Like how from WWE's standpoint, like if you look at it from their viewpoint, like it's such a no-brainer. Like this is the daughter of Ric Flair. Like this is literally the daughter of Ric Flair.
Right.
Why would you not start it off with her?
Right.
Well, because I think that their fans are so used to seeing the model girls that we've seen for the last 10 years, and they're not used to girls that are able to kick ass and are incredible wrestlers.
Yeah.
Well, I even said that tonight during the Paige and Charlotte match after the commercial break. I go, man, we've come a long way from bra and panties matches.
Yeah, if anyone's still complaining about like the Divas, or like just go back and look at that WrestleMania where like the women's match was the Miller Girls cat fight.
Right, exactly.
Like it's so horrible and cringeworthy and
musical
embarrassing.
chairs.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, say what you will about last night's Divas title match, but they gave them 14 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and tonight I think was longer.
I'm sure.
Tonight's match was awesome.
Really good. And the problem is we live in a microwave society. There's so much TV out there. There's so much wrestling TV. Everyone wants what they want. They want it now. It's like, no, remember WrestleMania 30? We had to wait for Daniel Bryan to get what he deserved, and how amazing was that feeling when you won a WrestleMania 30?
That was another slow burn.
But people were bitching. What? Daniel Bryan? No. Wait.
Yeah.
Right.
Delayed credit. Okay, this is what I always go back to when people talk about like, why are they burying so-and-so? Why are they holding so-and-so down? Like, one, they don't understand the whole
writing concept.
Well, not even that, but like the idea of like delayed gratification. Like anything that is worth cheering for is worth waiting to cheer for. But people are already forgetting like how they complained and griped for years and years about Chris Jericho. Just griped. He's going to be held down. He's never going to amount to anything. There's a glass ceiling. He's never going to. Right. Sure, he was the first undisputed champion, but look, they just fed him to Triple H. And now look at him. He's a no doubt Hall of Famer. Yep. He's very nearly a household name. He's one of the most popular and beloved wrestlers of all time. He gets to come back on these like welcome back superstar tours.
Right. He's pretty much the face of the network.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hosting Tough Enough. He has his podcast on the network sometimes.
So like when people are like complaining about like Cesaro, or they're complaining about, Dean Ambrose or whoever, it's like, just give it some time.
Bottom line is you have to trust the talent.
Yeah.
My theory is, and I think this should be your theory on whatever you do with your career, if you're good at what you do and if you work your ass off, you're gonna achieve success.
And also, if people keep dropping like flies, we're in for some Heath Slater versus Kevin Owens world title race.
Now, I saw your face there. I know you're right. In the past, a lot of people have been screwed over. I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
Right. Sure.
But for the most part,
there are a lot of backstage politics as well.
Right.
Yeah,
and to play devil's advocate, it's been 4 or 5 years since Cesaro debuted. I feel like Cesaro might be an outlier. That might not be a case of delayed gratification or a slow burn.
Yeah. And I totally accept that. There are a lot of people that like had like what seemed like limitless potential, and they never reached that level, and they never will, and they're gone.
If you think about it, a mid-carder in the WWE, you're pretty successful still.
I mean, there are worse spots to be in.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're making a really nice living.
Yeah.
You're on the television show that you've dreamed about being on since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Just because in our minds you're not in the top spot, you're still in a very good position.
Like right now, I'd sure rather be King Barrett than Curtis Axel.
Sure. There's always someone
and
that
there's
has it
so
worse.
many guys on the indies who would rather be Curtis Axel.
For sure.
Right.
Very much so.
Curtis,
and of course,
Curtis
vice versa.
Axel's working on that JTG gig.
Yeah, he is.
That's gonna be some sweet.
I ain't answering that phone.
You know, just stay on the roster for 7 years.
Oh, I thought you meant he was gonna like do the crime time gimmick. I'm like, what?
No.
That's what he's working on.
Yeah, they have him and Miz and Sandow come back in blackface.
Jesus.
Yeah, best gimmick ever.
Moving on,
sarcasm.
Neville
That's sarcasm.
taking on Mark Henry. Yes, a lot of sarcasm. Henry all over him to start, tosses him outside the ring, but Neville catches him with a kick.
There's a lot of storytelling going on commentary during this match.
Yeah.
And also,
We were all confused when they announced it, though.
well, we also got a glimpse of what Neville's next program is going to be, because we saw the Miz backstage watching on television, being very interested in what was going on.
Yeah, it was an interesting. If this is all that ends up happening between Neville and Mark Henry, and we have no reason to believe that it won't.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they used it this way. Yeah. That he specifically requested this match because he thought Neville was so good.
Yeah.
And and afterwards he was disappointed that he lost, but shook his hand, told him you're gonna be good, and was on his way.
Absolutely.
And it was an interesting side of Mark Henry.
And I also love the finish. I loved the finish because Mark Henry was barely pinned. He kicked out right after the 3, and still no one has ever kicked out of the Red Arrow.
Right. They're protecting it, man.
Yeah, they are. And
But I just thought that was such a good and clever finish, even though it was a little bit confusing to the live crowd of like, oh, was that the pinfall or not?
Right.
I thought it was really good because it was really believable. Like,
and see, that is a way that you can have someone win clean and still protect both people.
Right. And him and Miz will that'll be entertaining stuff to watch.
Oh,
because Miz can talk.
awesome.
For sure.
It's gonna be great.
Miz will do all the talking, and
I can't wait.
Neville will
He's
just be
gonna
Neville.
he's gonna call Neville an ugly goon for so many weeks. It's gonna be great.
A troll.
Goon is my
Well,
favorite.
it's also great because I don't know, because you watch NXT, like every time Neville has ever been shown backstage or like out of like the ring, he's always a goober with like little
Glasses.
circular wire rim
tightly
glasses,
buttoned polo
a polo
shirt.
buttoned all the way up and tucked into pleated khakis.
He's like who I would have been friends with in high school.
Yeah. But like even when he showed up on Ellen or whatever show he was to like deliver the basket to his like biggest fan, like he was dressed like that's literally
That's
like
him.
legitimately how he dresses. That's a dude. So like he's like gonna be like the biggest goober going up against the Miz. It's gonna be great.
Fantastic. Stardust back in the lair wherever he speaks.
So good.
It was awesome.
And he's talking about the Forgotten Brother is back, but tonight, and then Titus O'Neil just walks in like, oh man, I'm sorry, I took a wrong turn. This is a nice place you got here. Hey,
Their chemistry was off the charts in this segment.
great.
Out of this world.
Yeah,
Piece of garbage.
that ruled.
Looking at stars, Gemini, something else, and then Titania.
Titania, in the
Wait. Was it a stellar segment? Yeah, buddy. Woo! Up top.
I like you. You can come back.
Ain't my land.
The anger that Ty Matthews has right now is astronomical.
Don't
It's also unbelievable. No?
Here's another one for you.
There you go.
Okay. I love this moment. It was great. He's talking about Titania has a big Florida Gator head on it. So good. Moving on, Goldust and Primetime Players, of course, leading into this match versus the Cosmic Ascension. Welcome back, Goldie. Welcome back, Goldust. He takes Stardust out, then Clash of the Titus for the win. So, and Primetime Players. Good to see D Young back.
Exactly. Yeah, I was wondering why he wasn't in the Survivor Series match last night, but I was glad to see him back tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see that this was a week that they decided the Cosmic Ascension was still a thing.
Yes. I'm always excited when Cosmic Ascension is recognized as a stable on Raw. Because usually it's just Stardust on Raw and then Cosmic Ascension on SmackDown.
Right.
Not to talk about NXT too much, but we were talking about it during the show, how Ascension just had an incredible
That match was so goddamn good.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh.
I just want to watch Gable and Jordan all the time.
Do anything, seriously. If they, oh my god.
That's another team that has a pun as a catchphrase.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'll allow it.
There's so many tag teams.
Oh my god, if they ever decided to bring back Haas and Benjamin, even just for a one-off match against Jordan and Gable, good lord.
I just gotta say, I really love the Ascension's current look. Like, I know they're not very good and they don't win ever, but like, like it's so cool. Like I like the new like colored contacts and the new version of the face paint. They just look cool.
Exactly.
Like, and they fit so well with Stardust that I want Cosmic Wasteland to stick.
It was it was one of those things where when they finally pulled the trigger on it, you're like, oh, this is what they should have been doing this whole time.
Because Cody Rhodes like loves comics so much, he's been doing the Mr. Sinister thing for so long. This is his.
He was even name dropping Bizarro in his segment tonight.
And someone in chat roll says, "Oh, Cody Rhodes deserves more." It's like, do you not realize he loves this character? He loves doing it.
And his dad loved this character.
Yeah.
The only thing that bugs me a little bit is Eden on Twitter just tweeting photos of Cody.
Yeah.
But she does treat them like they're two different people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Very odd. I'm like, going to dinner with my babe. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's true. I'd prefer a little kayfabe action there.
But I feel like we're in kind of a time in pro
Everyone
wrestling
knows,
where there's enough of suspension of disbelief. We saw him come out and present the championship at the end of the Dusty Rhodes Classic tournament, and
that was a really special moment.
Exactly, and we can still treat them as two separate entities.
And tonight people were chanting Cody, and he was flipping out about it.
Exactly, yeah.
Stardust is amazing. I would like to see. I don't like the way the last Goldust Stardust feud ended. I would really like to see another one. Hopefully, and I would love to see Stardust get a title run at some point. I mean, that'd be great.
Maybe they could just like write it into the storyline, like, you know, it's Cody when he remembers to take his pills or something. I don't know.
Something.
Sure.
Let's
get some
pills. Split personality.
Get some pills in there.
Well, on to something else that's confusing. Zeb Colter and Alberto Del Rio.
Mex America.
I don't think there's anything confusing about this. You say this every week, and every week I tell you it's not confusing.
No, it got confusing again this week because finally the Zeb Colter Alberto Del Rio thing is defined. Like, they are heels because they have this facade of like acceptance that is not legitimate.
Exactly.
Like, they want them to be a country of two, and they hate everyone else.
I feel like that's been clear since day one.
Right. But now we're muddying the waters because now Jack Swagger is coming out and he's like, Zeb, you sold out. You used to stand for something. You used to believe in America. Racism. You used to believe in racism. Like,
right.
But now Swagger's the good guy in the situation because he's like, Zeb, come back to your old ways and hate Mexicans again. Like, that's legitimately what they're saying.
The end of Jack Swagger and Zeb,
they were faces.
They were faces, and they were just patriots
because they were intolerant of Rusev.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like they were intolerant of his intolerance. If we can make an Inception.
Well, Zeb had a lot to say tonight. He said, America is in trouble. When we started Mex America, we left it open for anyone to join, but you went to social media and you moaned and complained and became a bunch of haters.
Also a Grinder name drop by Zeb Colter.
I was trying to avoid that.
Zeb is always on Grinder.
Hey, if they said it on Raw, we can say it on AfterBuzz.
I don't care. You went to Twitter. Y'all went to Instagram. You went to Facebook. You went to Tinder and Grindr and all the other ones. And you just talked and you hated. You're haters. And the Mex Americans, we believe in something. And then Alberto speaks in Spanish. And I don't really know what he said, but Zeb follows that up with saying, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I don't see brave faces here tonight. And then Jack
He also says, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him think.
Yeah.
That was an interesting little take on that aphorism.
Okay, so just two quick things about Alberto Del Rio. I promise I'll be very quick here. First of all, I missed the beeping of the car when his music hits. So I think that Zeb really needs to come out with that obnoxious like buzzer on the Rascal scooter, like that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Two,
or just a honk.
Two, people have really been talking about how like Alberto Del Rio seems really unmotivated and unhappy to be there. He's being a heel.
Yeah.
I think that's probably just it.
I don't know. I feel like
he wouldn't have, if he was really that unhappy to be there, he wouldn't have.
I mean, he should also play that up though. Of like, I had other offers. Like, I can go.
And I don't think necessarily that he's unhappy to be there, but I do think there have been instances of him mailing it in. Up until Survivor Series and that dope ass match between him and Reigns.
Yeah, so good.
All right. I'm trying to keep up.
You with us?
No, I am. I'm trying to keep up in chat roll here. Anyways, it was good seeing Jack Swagger.
He's like, stop putting your telephone number in here.
I know.
Shut up, Hussein.
No, it wasn't Hussein. It was
Hussein's my boy.
Yeah, Hussein's my boy. Our boy.
You told him to shut up. He's my boy.
He's gotten enough shout-outs for the rest of the year.
Yeah, there you go. So it was good seeing Jack Swagger. I mean, I guess we'll rehash this feud from a couple of years ago, perhaps. You know, whatever. I'm cool with it.
I'm glad to see Jack Swagger doing stuff. Oklahoma, if you watch Up, Up, Down, Down.
Yeah, 2 people have told me I look like a young Chris Jericho now. Thank you.
There you go. There it is. There are worse
Fantastic.
people to look like.
I'm the best in the world at what I do.
There you go.
I don't know what I do, but best in the
Just
world.
start doing AFTERBUZZ in suits. Not smiling.
And call everyone a bunch of what's that word when he was a heel? His favorite
We have
word.
10 minutes left.
Sorry.
To go with this.
Paige versus Charlotte. We already talked about how great
This is
this
so
match
good.
was.
They were beating the hell out of each other. In
This was
match.
better. I don't know. Maybe they went to social media and saw that some people didn't enjoy the match last night, but they brought it. I mean, just starting off with the slaps, all the grappling, and
Definitely.
just suplexing into the ropes, which is very. I like the innovation there.
Sure.
And then the double count out, and then the PTO on top of the announcer's table.
That always looks so cool. But how many times have we seen this where the Monday Night Raw match after a pay-per-view is just that much better?
Yeah.
Right.
It was a little weird that they were like, let's save the good match for Raw.
Right.
But,
right.
but it was so good. It was really good.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the feud is going to continue because it was a double count out.
It was.
And for those of you who are wondering, we cracked this before we came in here. The PTO does hurt more on the table.
Yes.
Because the ring has natural flex to it. It has some give. So that hard surface of the table really makes you wrench the hold in much harder.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's science.
Yeah.
Total science. Get the announcer's
Wrestling
table.
physics.
Toss out the monitors. Get the PTO on there.
Yeah.
What a match, though. Wow. Kudos.
Yeah.
Kudos for that. And also kudos to this. Heath Slater, the one-man band, baby. Yes. I'm about to let you know what 100% grade A Raw entertainment is from the one-man band. And then I think... Yep. Heck yeah. And then Ryback had to ruin it.
Stupid Ryback.
La 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 ta ta ta.
Yeah, his throat clearing was the best.
I think everybody collectively went, "Aww," when Ryback. Like nothing against Ryback, but like we never get to
He's just
see.
about to get on the guitar.
Yeah, we never get to see Heath Slater. It's like give us a few more minutes.
But
so
we
can
got Heath
catch up.
Slater on TV getting a nice long promo to show off how awesome he still is.
Yeah.
And we got him El Kabonging somebody with a guitar. So,
That was dope. I did not think he would smash the guitar.
so good.
Ryback.
He should have just pulled a honky tonk man, hit him with a real guitar.
That's true.
Just pull a swerve on him.
Went through a lot of guitars in his day.
Yeah, yeah.
He really
Have
hit
you,
it.
have you seen that clip of him hitting Jake
Oh,
with the real
so
guitar?
brutal.
Good lord.
I probably watched it as a kid.
He hits him with an acoustic guitar, and it's supposed to be one of the breakaways. It's a real one,
Yeah.
and he just clobbers him with it, and it looks so painful.
I would not want to do that.
I
to
think
Jake.
Jake like herniated a disc in his neck.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it was not good times.
Yeah.
Oh, honky tonk man.
But yeah.
Or remember when Santino smacked Honky Tonk Man with a guitar and split his lip open?
Oh,
And he still has like the scar from it.
oh God.
That's lovely.
Let's see.
But yeah, so we got a meat hook clothesline and a shell shock to Heath Slater. But nonetheless, I wish we had more Raws in Nashville so we can get more Heath Slater.
Right?
Or just more Heath Slater on
Just more
everyone.
Heath Slater in
Sure.
every city.
Absolutely.
Maybe this will be the thing, like, maybe this will be the new Ryback thing, is like, we get another person we haven't seen in a while on TV, like, next week we'll get Sandow running down the crowd, Ryback will come out.
Look, if we have all
The
these
crowd would
injuries.
turn on right back like that.
Oh, they already
Yeah.
did.
Look, if we have all these injuries, you got start utilizing people like Sandow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Come
gonna.
on.
It's gonna be coming.
Bring Axel out.
You think?
I'm just saying, like I said earlier, they're dropping like flies.
Yeah.
Or do you think that they're going to bring up people from NXT soon?
Well, yeah, they would bring. Yeah, probably. And also, Cena's coming back, and
Right.
Sandow's one person that has no excuse to not be on TV.
Absolutely.
So there's actually many people, but him especially.
Right.
Ziggler and Ambrose versus Breeze and Owens. KO and Breeze destroying Ziggler early on. Hot tag. Ambrose takes everybody out through the second rope, and Dirty Deeds clean on Breeze for the win. What a difference in a year makes between Survivor Series last year and this year. Ziggler saving the day, getting the Authority out of power, and then last night just coming up short.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? Anyone?
Just make more Motley Crue inspired gear.
Yeah. No thoughts.
it was another good match. It's a little weird that Breeze took the pin, but it's not like you're gonna have Kevin Owens take the pin.
Right.
so.
Right.
I mean, I think this is probably, the Ziggler Breeze feud is probably going to continue, and then we're going to move into the Ambrose Owens feud for the Intercontinental title. So, good way to set that up.
Sure.
Another nice little. I'm never going to complain about a fun, good match.
Exactly.
Raw featuring 4 people I like.
I mean, really, yeah. If you look at it, this was basically an NXT showcase match with Dolph Ziggler thrown in.
There you go. That's true.
You know?
Also, the match, like, just every match on Raw tonight was so good. I think it was
there's
maybe
a
a
lot
little
of
bit of
really
a,
good
like,
stuff.
a mea culpa from the...
Are we also getting to, a couple years from now, every match will be an NXT showcase match?
Eventually, yeah,
Like,
on a long enough timeline.
I was thinking about that last night, like during the main event. I was like, how crazy is it that John Moxley and during the semifinals, I was like, how crazy is it that John Moxley and Kevin Steen are fighting for a chance to win Tyler Black's vacated WWE World Title?
Isn't that nuts?
That's amazing. I love
about
it so
that,
much.
yeah.
We're in a great it's a great time to be a fan, even though sometimes the booking isn't.
Well, and the fact that Samoa Joe and Prince Devitt are headlining an NXT special.
And it also goes to show how strong the scene is around the country from different promotions, whether it's a quote indie promotion or a promotion that does have television. There's a lot of strong talent out there.
I haven't gotten to mark out about this yet, but the rumors and pictures of who was down at the last taping for NXT, and I was like, whoa!
Are we talking about the 2 people that I think
Could be.
Oh yeah, no, I know a thing or two about
Me
that.
too. But I was really excited.
Yeah.
No, me
I
too.
was
I am
super
fingers
stoked.
crossed.
What's funny is when I saw
All my fingers and toes are crossed.
When I saw one of those people at the tapings, I was like, for a second, I was like, well, this is official. WWE is never going to be interested in Roderick Strong. And then I remembered, oh, he has an ROH contract. Never mind.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's got. He's one of the few people. Him and Cole, I think, have exclusive contracts.
And Lethal currently has an exclusive contract in the Briscoes.
Which good for them, and I'm
And
glad.
the Young Bucks.
And the Young Bucks just signed,
And congrats to everyone on the new TV deals. I hope Comet does great for Ring of Honor, and I hope that Pop does great for Impact as well. So, but yeah, hopefully those
just
NXT.
real quick, reportedly, AJ Styles is currently free to work anywhere he wants.
Interesting.
Man.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Just throwing that out there.
that's like
We got a reporter in here.
that'd be a long time
It's
coming.
almost like I write about wrestling for a
That'd
living.
be
I know.
AJ's a great dude. That'd be a long time coming. Let's get to the main event here.
Yeah.
Rusev versus Roman Reigns.
So
Sheamus in
good.
his corner. Wow, this is good. Sheamus eventually kicked out of ringside. I cannot even begin to use enough adjectives to explain how just roughhoused this match was.
Right.
So good.
I mean, and Rusev, man, for a big monster heel, he knows how to sell.
Absolutely.
He really knows how to
Well,
sell.
I mean, we've been saying for months now that one of the biggest talents of Rusev is his facial expressions and is the way that he can emote, you know?
So good.
And that's obviously not limited to just segments with Lana or with Summer. You know, we can see him in the ring selling his ass off for someone like Roman. And I was catching up on Raw, watching this live while watching Paige and Charlotte on my phone, and both matches were so hard hitting and so good.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a really good era.
And it looks like
for ring
Lana's
action.
going to be coming back soon.
Yeah.
Do you think that they'll pair her again with Rusev,
Yeah.
or they're going to keep her separate from?
I think
that
they have
storyline?
to
if
pair them
if
again.
they've pulled the trigger on announcing that they're engaged in real life, then I think they're going to.
you think she'll go back to being
But she
heel?
could be. She could
Not
be in a
necessarily.
different capacity
Not
as
necessarily.
well.
What's
Like
that?
she could be in a different capacity where she's just backstage and like, yes, they are together, but she's a manager, so she's trying to find other talent as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
What about her being general manager? Who knows?
Could be.
But then
Hey.
the other thing about the main event, great main event, devolved into a schmoz, but then we had King Barrett come out.
A
Sheamus
Euro,
come back out.
Yeah.
Euro Union.
We could be seeing a European, chapter of the Authority.
Yeah, the show opened with the Authority standing with Rusev and Sheamus at the top of the ramp. And so I think that if they're going to continue having the Authority be on television, why not make them just a big, powerful heel faction? I think that would be cool.
I mean, look at how many members were in the corporation, or the
Everybody.
corporate ministry.
And
It was even more people.
Barrett can do most of the talking. Sheamus can be a pompous a-hole, and Rusev can just be the brute.
Right.
I mean, they're all brutes, really, but yeah. I mean, that could be something that.
And this can make for some awesome six-man tags.
And everyone will hate them. Oh,
Right.
they'll hate them all.
And you know who's eventually going to have to align to bring them all down?
Yes.
Sierra,
Yes.
Hotel, India, Echo, Lima.
Oh, hell no.
Yep.
There's no
Yep.
way.
There absolutely is.
Well,
a way.
actually-
Because have we all imagined the massive face
Yeah.
pop
Of course.
Rollins is going to get when he finally comes back from his
he's definitely
injury?
gonna.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, sheesh.
Just saying, if authority stays strong enough for long enough, there's only one faction that can take them down.
We just beat. Oh, shout out to a Justin Bieber.
I just got chills.
Bieber.
That's the best fantasy
Yeah.
booking.
Shout out to a Justin Bieber calling it the Euro Bureau. I dig that.
Ooh,
Nice.
Pretty good.
That's canon.
I like it. It's
Pretty good.
head cannon, guys.
Oh, that's the music. We gotta go.
Wrapping us up.
Bill Hanstock, put yourself over.
You can follow us at CageSideSeats.com. Follow me on Twitter at Sundown Motel, and keep it tuned to SBNation.com/wrestling, and watch my movies on Netflix.
Is Sundown Motel your given name, or?
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
my because I'm Jewish, so Sundown Motel.
Traditional Jewish name.
Yeah.
Ty Matthews.
Ty Matthews PMA on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat if you like. You can find my writing in Alternative Press, on Smosh, in Outburn, all that stuff. Watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, 4 p.m. Saturdays, KDOC locally, U2 America nationally.
That's right.
Yeah, nationally.
Cathy Kelley.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelly, on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. If you have the SiriusXM app, you can check out all of Sam Roberts' show on demand from last week, which I was on, and check out the Bleacher Report segment that I did on the women's division in NXT.
Boomtown. At Jay Quasto, of course, Wrestling Padres Slamcast at Wrestling Buds. A lot of fun here every single week. The Whistle Sports Epic Tour, our final weekend is coming up. We're going to Winnipeg, Canada, for the Canadian Football League Grey Cup. That is their
Nice.
version of the Super Bowl. I'm going to get 9 coats on and 6 beanies and a pair of mittens. But if you're in Winnipeg and you're going to the Grey Cup, come find us. Otherwise,
Go
follow
get
at
some
Whistle Sports.
poutine together.
What is that?
It's
French fries with gravy.
And,
Is that what that is?
cheese curds.
Oh, I'm eating poutine all day. See ya,
Some Tim
everybody.
Hortons.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.